Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be unboxing the British and Inter-Allied Commandos for bolt action. I bought this set a little while ago and really looking forward to getting this all built and ready for battle for bolt action, but in this video I'll be going through the unboxing to give you a really good idea about what's included. We'll have a close-up look at all the sprues, everything that comes with the set, and then hopefully this will give you a good idea as to whether or not this is something you'd like to add to your collection. This box is a little bit smaller than the usual army sets, but these commandos are elite, so you don't need as many of them, and also it's cheaper, so this could be a good option if you don't want to spend as much money and you want something a little bit different to play in bolt action. You still get all the cool models there. You get a tank, you get the machine guns, you get the HQ, you get the cards and the decals and everything you'd expect from an army set, just with fewer models and less price to pay. Let's get this one unboxed then, and we can start having a look through all the contents. This army at the moment is £65 at the Warlord Games website. I'll put a link down below so you can go and have a look at that. It's all 28mm scale, and altogether there's 36 multi-pose hard plastic commandos, 1 Centaur for support tank, and then you get metal miniatures for 2 officers, a medic, a radio operator, medium mortar team, and a medium machine gun team. Here you can see all the contents. There's going to be tons of sprues in here, and you also get the plastic bases, decal stack card, and vehicle damage markers. This is everything out of the box, so we've got all our sprues, we've got loads of metal miniatures all in bags, we've got our cards there. These are going to be the vehicle damage markers, really cool with the smoke there, and great to have a selection of metal and plastic miniatures. I love metal miniatures. It just feels cool moving them around the table, and I like how they've chosen the metal miniatures for these kind of more specialised HQs, medics, things like that, and then you've got plastic for the commandos. Here you're going to get this little insert. This is going to give you some painting guides, so you don't need a huge amount of paints to get these guys painted up. That's really cool. And then it also points out some of the main models there and the weapons that they'll come with, and a little bit of background too. As we flip that page over, we're going to get a good look at the sprue, and this is going to be labelled as well. I really like how they label it like this, because the sprues aren't numbered. So well, some of them are, but not all of them. So if they're not numbered, you want to definitely be referring to this. But it's all pretty easy to put together. You don't get an instruction guide, but you can just look at the images and then build them to reflect that, and then use the weapons that you want from that list. Here we've got those vehicle damage markers. They're going to go on the MDF bases, and then you're going to use the flames, smoke and dark smoke to represent them. Then you've got the bigger bases for your medium mortar team and the MMG team. These regular bases will be for all your other models, and you can see that they've got the Warlord Games Limited logo underneath, and then they've got this nice little reset in there so that when you do the basing you can just add maybe some Vallejo paste, something like that, and it fills in really nicely. You're going to get plenty of those, easily enough for all the models that are included in the set. When I first started playing bolt action and collecting the miniatures, it was a bit weird getting these flat bases, but I actually like them. Having the raised ones is fine, nothing wrong with that, but these lower ones actually kind of make the models obviously closer to the tabletop, which I find very immersive, so I really like it. And you can see these are 25mm for the infantry. There you go, I'll flip it over so you can have a close look at the size in there. These MDF ones, they're also 25mm, and then we've got these larger ones. They're going to come in at 60mm. Okay, we've got a pile of sprues to get through here, so let's separate it up into some order. You're going to get some of these sprues that are repeated, and each sprue will give you enough to make 6 commandos. So there you go, they're all the same actually, so we're just going to take one of those, and then the rest will be metal. So we'll have a close-up look at one of these. These are the commando sprues. And right away, I love those packs, but let's start at the top. Bolt action, British and Inter-Allied Commandos. You get tons of heads there with the berets and the different hats, so you've got different options. You can see there's a host of weapons right away to choose from. You've got the commando dagger, you've got other knives as well, and then you've got those cool there's one cool backpack there on the right, and then there's more as we go down. So really well detailed. I really like bolt action and their sprues. Very simple to put together, but there's enough variety on there to make it interesting. Even though there's only 6 poses per sprue, and you're going to multiply that by 6 for this particular army, you don't notice it once they're all on the table together and mixed up. So it's not overly repetitive, which is cool. Here's those cool rucksacks at the bottom. They look awesome. Really brilliant detail. You got ropes on there and all sorts. Loads of daggers, as you would expect for the commandos, and then all the different guns as well. And the mortar, that's included. And then on the back, you can get a close-up look there too. You've also got the Piat launcher as well there on the left, so really nice that that's included. That's going to be spot on to include that. I might be using some of these as SAS characters as well, certainly in Bolt Action, but also for a little skirmish game I've been working on myself, because I really like Rogue Heroes. What an awesome TV show, and just the history behind it is fantastic. So I wanted to do something along those lines and create a little skirmish game for it. So there'll be more on that later on in 2024. I'm not going to be talking about it very soon, but yeah, in 2024, about June, you'll be hearing more about that game. Let's have a look at the metal miniatures then. So here we go. We've got 4 different packs all together. And like I said earlier, I love metal miniatures. Just that extra weight. Yeah, I don't know why. It just feels cool moving it around. This particular one was packed for us by Vaz, so thanks so much for that. Let's get these models out then, and we can have a good close-up look at them. It's a little bit of work to do as far as trimming goes on these. And I'll do once I get everything built in a separate video, I'll show you how it's all based and what it all looks like when it's put together. But I believe this one is the medic. That looks like some kind of stretcher there. And then this is going to be one of the officers. I guess he's pointing, so that's what officers do. I guess that's going to be one of the officers. So there's going to be 2 all together. And all one piece. So nice and easy. No building required here. Just get them painted up. And then we've got this one. This one might be a radio operator, perhaps. Not sure about that. Or it could be one of the other officers. Let's have a look at this guy. No, this is the radio operator. So I think that one that we just saw is one of the other officers. This is the radio operator right here. And you can see there's lots of powder on there that we need to clean off and a little bit of trimming to do. But otherwise, really nice. Then we got this pack. This is the MMG metal bags. This is going to give us our machine gun team. And this goes on the bigger 60mm base that we saw earlier. This particular bag, again, packed by Vaz. So Vaz was busy getting all this ready. Here we can see the tripod for the gun. Very nice. Again, all this is metal. And having it all in one piece like this, yeah, if you want to paint it super well detailed, might be a bit tricky. But, you know, it doesn't bother me. It's perfect because you're not going to see behind that anyway. So just pop some shade in there. That'll be great. Then we're going to put the machine gun on. And that's how that's going to be fixed in place later on with some super glue. Very nice. And I think once you get it based, painted, and then do a dry, like primed, and then a dry brush over, all the details going to come through. When it's just one colour like this, hard to see in the video, but very nicely detailed. Even got the mug on the back there. That's a really nice touch. And there we go. Another bit of pointing going on. So this is going to be all on the same base. This will be your team, all working together. Very nice. Great models. I just think I love everything about these commandos. I think it's going to be a real fun army to get built up, get painted, and play as well. They've got some interesting mechanics that some of the other armies don't get. And these will be going up against the Germans. I want to do like a desert theme as well. So that's something I want to work towards. Here's another one packed by Vaz. This one is going to be our medium mortar team now. So we've got the small mortars if we want to from the plastic commando kits that we saw earlier on the sprues. But now this is the medium mortar team, so we can do a bit more damage with this one. Looks pretty straightforward to put together, just a couple of pieces. And then you're going to get a team of 3 commandos there, all working together. Again, they're all going to go on that 60mm plastic base. You can see all the rope on the back. It's kind of blending in this video, but the details are there, very nice and crisp. And it should be good. A little bit of bending and twisting to do. And when these are glued onto the base, it'll just be a case of just moving it a little bit, tweaking it so it all fits in nicely. And what I might do is take them off the metal bases as well. Just trim those away so that they're lower down on those flat bases. Because if these go on those flat bases, it's going to take them that little bit higher than the others. So I just want to reduce that a little bit. Here's the guy loading the mortar. Very nice. Now we've got this one to look at. This is our Centaur 4 close support tank. Now this is going to be a combination of resin and metal. So you get plastic, resin and metal in this set. A bit of everything. Let's get this out of there. Now there's some big chunky pieces here. And so let's see what the quality of this is like. We get a little leaflet. Nothing really going on there to do with the tank, just gives you a guide on how to prepare your resin kits. That's really handy. I still have to do a video actually on the resin kits, so I'll be doing that at some point, probably when I get this going, and then I'll use this as the example. Thanks again, Vaz, for packing this one too. Let's grab out those components. Here you can see we've got a mix of different pieces there. Very nice, all the details to go on the tank. But the main components, they're going to be resin. So let's just see how they go up against each other and have a close-up look at those. We can see the main hull here. Underneath, big solid piece of resin. This little bit of tidying up to do. But some nice detailing where it counts on the top. You've got the grid there. You've got all the hatches, tools even. And then the tracks, they're really nice. Big chunky bit underneath to sort out. But no problem at all. And then that's going to go, not that way, it's going to go that way. There we are. So yeah, it's certainly a bit of trim. You notice that doesn't quite fit in, so we'll just trim that off a little bit as well. Not twisted though, it just needs a little bit of a trim to make it fit. So that's no problem. It's all part of the hobby, isn't it? It's not going to come perfect all the time. Yeah, that's the wrong side. I need to put that on the other side for sure. But you can see there, it's not quite straight, so we'll just warm that up and bend it in place. And I'll do that in that video I was talking about earlier, and I'll use the guide that they print off and include as well. Yeah, you can see that's really quite wonky. But otherwise, apart from that and trimming up, there's not a whole lot of work to do here. We've got the turret, nice big chunky turret, that one. And there we go, big piece underneath. That looks pretty, obviously that doesn't look neat, but the top bit does. That looks good. You've got the hatches, everything where it counts, and that fits in there perfect. I might magnetize it actually, so we can keep moving it around rather than gluing it in place. That'll be fun. But there we are. That's the tank, and it also comes with the stat card. So let's get that out and we'll have a close look. We've got some decals as well. I still haven't done any decals on my bolt action miniatures. That's another video I've got planned. Who's this going to be? Oh, it's Morella this time. Thanks, Morella, for packing this up for us. And then here's the decals. Let's get in close. These are the British and French commandos, and they're the water slide decals. Right arm, left arm, tells you exactly where to put it. Tiny, tiny decals. And then we got this one, which will be for the British armour decal sheet. So this is nice. There we go. Got the desert rats on there too. That's good. Nice set. Always cool to put the decals on. It makes a massive difference. Alright, now let's have a look at this close support tank then. So you can see this is late war. You've got the points value there. And then as we flip it over, it tells us that it's tracked, no transport, DV9+, and then our different weapon options there, and a little bit of background too. Very short and sweet, but that's all you need. Good that it's not too complicated, and really nice that it's all on the card when you're playing the game. But that's it. That's all the contents of this British and Inter-Allied Commandos army, and I think this is a great way to start the hobby. For £65, you've got everything you need to play a full game of bolt action, and as long as you've got someone to play against, you're good to go. I'm really happy with this set. I've also got the Soviet Army Winter set, which I haven't unboxed yet, and I've done the German Winter Army, which is on the channel if you want to check that out. But for me, this is cool. Not having as many miniatures is something I like. I like more elite armies. My son likes the Soviet army with all the infantry. But for me, this is pretty cool. And I can't wait to get these finished and incorporate them into the SAS lists that I've got planned as well. If you'd like to see that German Winter Army, then that's up on the channel already. And each week I do a video with Warlord Games product, and I'm planning to up that in 2024 and just get in a bit deeper, especially with bolt action, and provide a lot more content around the game. But there's enough on there at the minute to get you going. You can have a look at the different tanks. I've done the Matilda and the Panzer IV, working through different armies. And I've done the unboxing video for A Gentleman's War, a really great set. Also been looking at other products they do, like Mythic Americas with these wolves. Judge Dredd, I've done the starter set for that. And also, if you want something a bit more historical, there's the Hail Caesar unboxing video. I've done Victory at Sea if you want a bit of nautical warfare. And if you want to take the battle into the air, I did the unboxing of Blood Red Skies recently, and that's a cracking set. And coming up, I've got ABC Warriors, the new game from Warlord Games, very soon as well. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. It'd be great if you let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you did like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It makes a massive difference to help me here on the channel if you've been enjoying the videos recently. But for now, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.